So the Supreme Court has just made its decision, and they could not have hammered Boris Johnson's ass to that pole any harder, or any higher. It was ridiculous, man. Unanimous, all 11 of them. Yeah, you lied. And not only that, they completely removed the prorogation. It doesn't exist. If you're not into UK politics, this is huge. This is insane. Like, prime ministers don't get bossed around like this. It's crazy. This isn't like your litigious nonsense in America, where rules are examined in such a way. No. We do things properly here. We take it like little bitches. We just complain over tea. But yeah, Boris Johnson. Oh my God. Legally now, he lied to the Queen. I've just been watching it live, the stream, and it was amazing. I didn't understand the first half of what she was saying. She said it was justable, and I was like, does that mean it was just? Is it okay? Are we good? Are we not? What's happening? And then he got and he was like, oh, he's been a bad boy. Obviously, a lot of people were happening. The live stream was very funny because, in fact, I'll show you some of these people. All of these people were quite literally queuing up, just queuing up to like all these. There was a microphone outside the courts, and where you get that little snap on the news, the little sound bite. To, they go, oh, and they so and so was joyous at the news, and then it cuts to him going, "This is the right thing." Well, they were queuing for these pictures. Oh God, it was beautiful though. But what happens now? Boris and Berko, the speaker, they're in New York right now. They're gone. Turns out they lied to the Queen and they've buggered off on holiday. Well, they're at the UN. And Berko's getting cash money for doing his speakers because he's gone viral for shouting order. So he makes a lot of money over there now. It's going to be an interesting thing. There's going to be quite a lot of theatre in the next couple of days. I fully expect Parliament to be hammered tomorrow. People have already been there. I mean, they've been taking pictures since it was prorogued. But yeah, Parliament's going to be hammered tomorrow, and they're going to be going, where's the Speaker? Assuming he doesn't rush home right now. Where's the Prime Minister? He's going to have to rush home right now. Sod the UN, sod all that stuff. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. Because strictly speaking, the period of prorogation was kind of at the start of this break. I know it was 5 weeks or whatever, but we are now officially, well, not officially, we're now, by customs, we're in a recess period for conference season. We've just had the Lib Dems, we've just had Labour, which I can't even go into yet. I'm going to have to do that tomorrow now, actually. Yeah, we're on a break right now, or we would be if it wasn't prorogued. But a recess can only happen if everyone votes for a recess. That's the interesting thing. So whereas usually everyone would go, well, yeah, we all need to do our conferences. Right now, the Lib Dems and Labour are going to be like, well, we've already done our conference. We don't care about the Conservative one. We're not voting for it. Beautiful, tasty, dirty politics. They'll probably still have the conference, of course they will. But yeah, I expect a lot of theatre. And who knows what's going to happen? People are like, oh, he's going to go to jail. No. No, all they've said is that the prorogation no longer exists. That's it. That's all they've done. There's no, this isn't a law thing like someone's been convicted or someone's going to be whatever. That's why straight away people were calling for Johnson to resign. But no, it doesn't work that way. She very much left it with the speakers of the House to sort out. So the House of Lords, House of Parliament, they need to say what's going on next. So that's what we're waiting for right now. We can say the prorogation isn't legit, but then that doesn't mean shit's going to get back to normal. You know what? This whole Brexit thing, I'm so bloody sick of it. I am. I mean, it's beautiful. It's good politics. It's exciting to watch. But I'm so sick of the fact that even now, right up until the Supreme Court and all that, right now, the only thing that anyone is capable of doing is saying no. Even this bloody prorogation, it's like, no. Well, what do you want then? No, we want nothing. That's all any of them have been capable of saying. And for all his faults, at least Boris had a bit of purpose and a bit of direction. I mean, it might have been one riddled with lies and inconsistencies, but I'm so sick of even this. Even this is just them going, no. No. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But I get it. I get why they held it up. The prorogation was obviously a bloody burning down the clock. Of course it was. I can't wait to see what happens. But right now, for the rest of the week, it's just going to be theatre. It's just going to be nonsense and theatre and everyone demanding. Where is the connection of this to a people's vote? You know, how many votes are we going to have before we then get a people's vote? And that doesn't settle it either. What happens when the people's vote... Stop calling it that. The second referendum is really close. What happens when Leave wins the second referendum? Hey? What happens then? Labour are trying to fix it already with that very slimy, Weasley language of saying, oh, well, we want a credible deal on the table and then vote on that. And it's like, well, you can't agree to that, can you? Come on, guys. We know. Everyone knows WTO is almost certainly the only thing that's going to happen. If Brexit happens, that's it. We can't make an agreement. We can't make a top-down, all-encompassing agreement. We just can't bloody do it. So just hang on to your ass and let's get out of here, man. That's what we've got to do at this point. And then once everyone panics, we can do things bit by bit. Right, let's sort the borders out. Medicine's already been sorted. Let's just, we sort it all out. How pathetic is it that the vast majority of parliamentarians in this country are terrified of actually running their own country? They love this. They love this power grab here. They're all trying to destroy each other. Unfortunately for the rest of us, it's working. They are destroying each other. You know, in their constant fight. But each other. There's no winner coming out of this. It's all just crumbling away. And I, for one, I'm ashamed of a lot of them. I really am. It's an absolute disgrace. Guys! Please don't forget, trigger warning, Meet Space, November the 2nd. Once you've done sharing our videos and liking and commenting on everything, get on our playlists, man. Go back through history. Get yourself on triggerwarning.tv. There should be a link in the description, but I've not done it yet. There will be very, very soon. In fact, let's do it now. And then I will copy it for all future live ones. But let's just do it right now. There we go. There's a link in the description. Trigger warning, Meet Space, November 2nd. We're going to have debates. We're going to have rants. We're going to have a lot of audience interaction. We are going to take all this political nonsense and we're going to make it fun. We're going to have a fun night together with it. Can news and politics be an amazing Saturday night? You're damn right it can. I know it can. I can see it. I can see what's going to happen. People are going to speak their mind. People are going to disagree. Hayden's already announced the game show, even though I'm not fully understanding what the game show is so far. I took it more of a jumping off point to have debates, but I think Hayden wants to use it as a direct way to judge you, the audience, and either punish you or reward you. Quite directly, he means game show. With stakes, not quite into the grinder, but close. But yeah, he's already done it there. Special guest, Richie Allen. There will be other special guests, including every single one of you. The good thing about Meet Space is we might have some stickers if you want to put your internet name on you, so we know who you are. That might help. But you're all going to be special guests because you're all regular contributors. You're all friends and family of the show and of us. And to prove that we're welcoming people that we don't agree with, Rich Allen is going to be our special guest. The amazing, the lovely Rich Allen. The dirty, dirty socialist himself. If we can have this opinionated guy proudly as a guest, then you know that anyone is welcome. anyone and everyone. I really can't wait for Richie to come. So get yourself on triggerwarning.tv, hit the Meet Space link. There's a link to Gear Press there. I know some people have been having some teething problems, and that's fine. If you've got any problems, private message me or preferably Hayden. Get Hayden on Twitter is probably the best way. Let him know, he'll sort it out. But you've got to remember, guys, we've built all this ourselves. This isn't some outside company. This is us. Look, it says at the bottom there, Trigger Warning TV. This isn't made by, or this, we do all of it. So obviously, creating an entire online shop and then including, that was all set around delivery and then including, tickets and all the rest of it, QR codes and all that. There's gonna be teething problems, but bear with us and let us know if you have any problems. I can't wait for it. We're down to about 20 tickets now, so if you do want to come, you have to buy a ticket. You have to. We're getting like 1-2 a day, just going ding, 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 and there's constant traffic on there. So if you do want to come to Meet Space, get yourself a ticket. Nat Lynch, thank you for that £2. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. Thanks for joining us. Fat Belly has said, democracy has died. Why even vote? Well, for a start, it's exciting, all right? You watch soap operas, you know it's not real. But you still get into it. Oh, she's having an affair. She's going to get caught. You watch wrestling. You watch football and it doesn't bloody matter. It doesn't matter. But it's exciting. Of course it is. You got 650 popularity contests all happening on the same day. It's bloody awesome. Are they going to bring about utopia? Are they going to change your life? Are they heck? Because not a single one of them discusses freedom. Not a single one of them is talking about liberty. Not a single one of them is talking about protecting my rights and my ability to just live my life how I want. No, they are busy dividing up our freedoms, dividing up our privacy, clocking it up. There's another story coming on that in a minute. But so what? That ain't going to change, but you can still enjoy the drama. Of course you can. It's bloody awesome. And it does affect certain things. Of course it does. You can be all big picture about it. Of course, they're all in the pockets of the banks and all. So what? So what? Whether or not there's going to be a TV license is interesting and exciting. Jesus Christ. Do you never read a book? Do you just sit there going, well, not real? Fuck it. Who cares if it's not real? Who cares if on a greater whatever scale? So what? So what? The fact is, if more people voted, that would affect your area. It would affect policy. Of course it would. And that is interesting. It is. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm cynical about politicians. Of course I am. I am. But there's no reason to not get into it all. King George V. Oh, thanks for joining us, King George V. It said, after Brexit, none of this goes away. This is the future. There's no stitching this back together anytime soon. That's true. But there's that thing, isn't there? Easy times makes soft people. Soft people makes hard times, and hard times breeds heroes. And then the heroes create comfort again. Create a world worth living in. And unfortunately right now we are surrounded by soft-headed, soft-minded, spoiled, rotten freaks. They're so spoiled. They're trying to make legal demands for the words you say. That's how comfortable we are. That's how wealthy we are right now. It's insane. I was saying this, man, people bitching about food banks. The fact that food banks have to exist is terrible. But the fact that we're all not dying in the streets is amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's a certain level where it's like, well, I'm not defending austerity. Some elements of austerity are good. Some elements of universal credit are good. The bedroom tax could be a good thing. But first, you've got to build 500,000 houses. You can't just say you've got too many bedrooms. You're going to take your benefits away from you, and then sodding. Well, where do I go then? Where do I go? Well, you can't go here because the Conservatives and Labour have been knocking down houses all over the place. Because some areas have turned so bad that they just can't be bothered. I remember 20 years ago, them knocking down tower block after tower block after tower block. I lived in one. I lived in a tower block that got knocked down. I got moved out of it. When I was 18, I got moved out. And 3 people were living in that tower block. 3. Imagine all those things. You could buy that. You know, I had a shitty little thing that I was in. You could buy that, make 2 flats per floor. Amazing. Sell it to people. Sell it to the people that live there. But did they do that? No, they just knock them down. Same with the Metrolink. Hundreds of houses, rows and rows of terraced houses, gone, 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 gone. Absolute tools. And then Labour, who did that in Manchester, by the way, they got a super majority. Labour, who knocked down all those houses, don't forget that. They're now promising to build houses. Piss off. They're all scum, but it's still exciting. I've been seeing this at the moment. It's like that. It's like all these myths that get passed around, isn't it? It's like, you know, like Thatcher sold off the council houses. Shouldn't have done it. Not in the way she did. I think build houses to sell, in that kind of way. Build a house to sell, but don't get rid of your stock. But don't start thinking Labour were any different. During the Blair and the Brown years, they sold almost all the council houses, thank you very much. They got rid of the rest. And a lot of people don't seem to realise this. Bloody Thatcher, bloody Conservative, selling the council houses. Labour just got rid of them all. All of them. And the best part is it didn't even sell them to people. It didn't even give you a chance to buy them. No, it just sold them to housing associations. We've now got 25 of them in Manchester, and they're all using the Manchester City Council system to get people in council houses. They're still using my taxes to get people. But where does the money go? It doesn't go to the council anymore. It goes to all these charities. And I go, no, because I work for these charities who make a fortune, an absolute fortune. Corrupt scumbags, the lot of them. No one talks about that, do they? Oh, council houses. Labour sold them all. They got rid of the lot, mate. All of them. And they didn't even have the decency to give them to individual people. Screw this nonsense. Fucking housing. They're both useless on housing, but Labour are worse. I tell you this now. Hey, Smoke. Steve has said, hi, Graham. I'm stuck in traffic on the way to work. Good to see you. Are you guys doing a live vlog tonight? Of course we are. I say that because, of course we are. Mate, we always do. No, we will be doing. But anyway, guys, November the 2nd. Get your ticket now. It is a full night. I am currently, I'll do a little photo blog later for this, brewing some homemade sangria for you. What is it, 30 pints? It's a bloody barrel, mate. A bloody barrel. You're going to be rolling at no extra cost. I didn't even take that. We've not even... Because all the ticket money is going into Trigger Warning. I've bought that with my money to make sure you guys are happy. And I still can't decide on my costume. Is it going to be a bunny outfit? I don't know. I like the idea of sexy bunny. I do. I'm going to be honest. Right, guys. I want to go through this story real quick because I don't want to go over again. The Telegraph. This isn't behind the paywall for once, so I can actually read it to you whilst I'm on private browsing live. Academics criticise traffic light safe space badges at transgender conference. How terrifying is this? A conference by Phoebe Southworth. Oh, now it clicks now. Right. I saw loads of people tweeting yesterday about the transphobic journalists. I get it now. This is why. I just thought it was part of the usual buzz. This isn't transphobic so far, by the way. This is criticising how a conference was run. There could be transgender people there. There could be black people there. It could be a conference about those little joints that plumbers use to connect one pipe to the other. It could be a conference on that, and you can criticise it. That doesn't mean you're anti-plumber. It doesn't mean you're racist. It doesn't mean anything. It means they're criticising how the conference was run. Let's carry on. Traffic light safe spaces badges at transgender conference have been criticised by academics who argue that being challenged makes you smarter. Yes, it does. New information is often uncomfortable. It is. I hear things all the time that, what? No. And then I have to sit there and 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And I hate the person that sold me sometimes. But you know what? Sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're wrong. But you have to deal with it. fucking Christ. Delegates attending the one-day forum at Roehampton University. Oh, this is a university as well, is it? South West London were invited to wear different coloured lanyards to ensure they did not feel emotionally overwhelmed by sharing ideas. Sweet fucking Jesus. This is what I was telling you about before, wasn't it? I can't remember who said it. There's no stitching this back together anytime soon. Yeah, it was King George, wasn't it? This will change, man. This will. We are in a period of great softness, and it might not even be in our lifetime, but I tell you this, they say it's about every 80 years. I can't remember the name of the cycle now, but we're overdue. It's been 80 years since World War II, since we had that huge, grand, massive upset, and, you know, it's human nature, but it's every 80 years, man. Something big and bad happens, and we've been too comfortable for too long, and but it will get better. But it's probably going to be us talking to our grandkids about, oh, it's amazing now, you wouldn't believe it. People used to get locked up for using the wrong word in my day. You don't know your porn, you lot. You don't know how hard it was. Censorship. They tried to tell you what you were and weren't allowed to do on the internet. It was insane. That was before the Great Meme War of 31. Those wearing red badges did not wish to engage with their fellow academics. Academics? Sweet fucking Jesus. If you can't have a conversation and you're an academic... While those in yellow did not want to be approached and would only communicate if they made the first move. Green badges were worn by attendees open to conversations. Conversations at a conference. Oh God, I hate saying that I should say W, but this sort of super woke thing now. This is what they all do out. They all put out statements. You see these tweet threads. I have something to say. This has been in my thoughts for a long time now. A thread, and then they just declare things. They don't want to have a conversation. And if you challenge them, and I mean, I'm not talking about trolls, I'm not talking about people like dicks. I mean, even if you are friendly and approach them in a nice way with contradicting facts. Blocked, done, gone. That's what this red badge is, isn't it? I literally cannot handle the world so much. Do you know what? If you're this bad, transgenderism is the least of your problems, mate. It really is. I'm horrifically shy. I go periods of days and days where I cannot go outside. But if I have signed up to a conference, do you know what I do? I swallow it. I feel weird. I feel strange, but I bloody talk to people. Or I don't talk to people. I close down the conversation. Imagine putting on a badge. Why? Because I am here to just let you know the truth. That's what it ultimately comes down to. I have a perspective. Oh, you can wrap it up in whatever mental health BS you want. But you have a perspective, and that's it. You're here to make sure everyone knows that this is how to think. That's it. What? It's like with the transgender bathroom issue. I mean, it quite quickly went to cubicles, which is fine, great. Everyone's happy, single-use cubicles. But then the other big takeaway was mixed changing rooms. And woke people are still defending it. Even when you show them the crime stats, even when you show them a rise in sexual assaults in mixed changing rooms. No! I need a red badge. We need to be inclusive. Yeah, we do. But as you often say with the paradox of intolerance, sometimes you have to consider the other side. If little girls are getting raped by dirty old men, then maybe someone who is trans but not passing is going to have to go in a disabled place. Oh, I've got someone's knocking on my door. Give me a sec, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, I've left the mic on. Oh, I'm back. Oh, wait. Let's hide my thing. This is a present for you. I'll show you another time. It's for you. It's for Meat Space. So if you want to see what it is, you're going to have to come. I'm sorry about that. I lost my track completely. Let's have a look. And then we'll move on really quickly. I'll finish this. Oh, this is what got me. Yeah, the conference titled Thinking Beyond Transversal Transfeminisms. Oh, for fuck's sake. was advertised as a response to a series of attacks against the experiences and identities of trans people. Here's the thing, though. Your experience, right? So your experience for going back to the changing room might be that you don't like going into a disabled room because you feel awkward. You don't like feeling that you might be challenged. Not even that you're going to be challenged. That you might be challenged. You know, if you're not female passing and you're in the women's changing rooms, which generally I'm okay with. I am. I mean, you know, things are happening worse and worse, but generally I'm okay with it. I am. I think the vast majority of actual trans people, they're going to be fine in girls changing rooms. Of course, they're all boys changing rooms, whatever. But if your experience is that you're uncomfortable using the disabled one, then okay, attacks. It's not an attack against your experience to say, we tried mixed changing rooms and sexual assaults went through the roof. Because here's the other thing with this logical inconsistency. You know, they're going about rape culture, and yet they're creating an environment where sexual attacks are going up. So what do you want to do? What do you want to fix? Which is a priority? Is it the individual trans person who isn't passing that is worried about being challenged, not necessarily even being challenged, but worried about it? Do you want to protect that person's feelings, or do you want to protect a child from being raped? Which one is it? Because to me, it's blindingly obvious. Nobody cares about your identity, love. Nobody cares. My identity. It was Bisexual Awareness Day yesterday, and all I could think all day was like, I am greedy, I am a pervert, I am confused, and that's the only reason I half consider myself bi. I wouldn't even join in with those arseholes there going on about identities. Small bi. I'm not bisexual. I don't identify. I saw that the other day, man. Gay people, there's either gay with a small g or gay because you identify with the culture. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Subjects up for discussion included the patriarchy, the notion that men have a systematic advantage over women in society. The patriarchy. This disgusts me because they say this. Patriarch, man, male have an advantage. And then when you say men don't have an advantage, though, do they? Unless you're talking about a king or Jeff Bezos or whatever, or having a cock, you go, well, most men don't have an advantage. In fact, they'll, you know, historically and in modern terms, will literally die for women to protect them. They go, oh well, you know, the patriarchy affects everyone. It doesn't specifically mean men, and it's like, oh, so you've just taken your view of everything that's wrong with the world and just named it after men. Great. Well, if representation matters, if words matter, then why the hell would you do that, man? This thing has no definition. The patriarchy is just a ridiculous boogeyman. But yeah, what have we got here? Michael Biggs says that it encourages fragility. Of course it does. Of course it does. Jesus, man. I had a lot of problems when I was younger, and everyone knew about it. And everyone walked on eggshells with me. Everyone kept away from me. And it wasn't until I rid myself of just about everyone that knew about it and just about everyone that had anything to do with that side of my life. It wasn't until they were out of it that people just started talking to me like a normal bloody person again. And I actually became happy. I actually became way more confident and comfortable and all the rest of it. Because they weren't like, oh, we can't talk about suicide around. We can't talk about these things. And there's no science behind this nonsense, by the way, safe spaces and all that. The science directly points against it. The universities are dead, aren't they? I'm putting together, I was going to do it at the live event, but I don't think it's appropriate for that. There's this really, really amazing school in America right now, and they ask for a percentage, I can't remember if it's 5 or 10% of your first 2 years' wages after you leave school, and that's it. No fees up front, and I think these models are phenomenal and essential, actually. I've been following him on Twitter. I've been following him very deeply. I really, really want to do an interview with him, which is why I don't want to do it at the live event, because I think that's great. Because then it is on them to get you a good job. You know, they can get you $100,000 a year straight out of uni. They're making bank off that. If they can't, they can't. And you know, if you both fail, then it's not going to cost you a great amount, is it? I think it's a phenomenal idea. Because if they make maybe if they do well, they're looking at 50 grand out of you, which is enough, by the way. People don't need to be in this ridiculous debt that they are for university. It is sickening, absolutely sickening. Right, last story before we boogie. I've already gone over, haven't I? Bollocks. Alison Chablos avoids jail over anti-Semitic songs. This is the 14th of June, not that long ago, really. She was found guilty of anti-Semitic songs on YouTube and a blog and all that, causing great offence. She got 20 weeks imprisonment, suspended for 2 years. Now, here we go. Holocaust denial and anti-Semitism and conspiracy theories will not be tolerated. I understand that, and I get that. Don't tolerate it. If you don't want to tolerate it, that is on you. But what the hell has it got to do with the law? What has it got to do with the law? It shouldn't have anything to do with the law. This is absolutely terrifying. And here, the 14th of June, along with the suspended sentence and social media ban, she will also have to complete 180 hours of unpaid work. Now, the Mail, so far, is the only paper that's actually updated on this as far as I can see in terms of major publications. I don't want to show you some random-ass blog. They've just updated yesterday that she has now been sent to prison. She published 50 new posts in breach of a ban on social media. But these 50 new posts were on her own website. She's been jailed as oh God, the Mail are such kiss asses. People, the right wing, left wing, no, they're just scum. She's been jailed for illegally posting to her blog. This is insane. She didn't post to a blog is not social media. You can't just rebrand the entire... This is the problem with these people making these laws, isn't it? A blog is not social media. She should be allowed to proudly stand there and say, yes, I posted to my website 50 times. And they'll go, okay. Otherwise, what's the point of having the ruling? What's the point of having the law? Now, outside of that, she shouldn't have even been on a suspended sentence. She shouldn't have even been up for this. She shouldn't have been up for these conditions. She shouldn't have had these restrictions put on her life. She is an absolute scumbag. Holocaust denial is not only pointless and it's upsetting, it's ridiculous, but it's speech, it's an opinion. How the hell does a court decide that you have the wrong opinion, that you're not right? Because where the hell do we draw the line at all that? Then those bloody traffic light dickheads, well, they need to go to prison then, don't they? Because what they're doing is wrong, proven wrong, scientifically wrong. It's been shown over and over again that this makes people worse, that safe spaces makes people worse, that it damages people, that completely avoiding things that trigger you hurts you more in the long run. It's been shown over and over again with decades of work. So why are these people not going? Why are we not locking up the trannies then that are insisting on these safe spaces? Hey, if we're not locking up these people, here's why. We don't lock people up for opinions. You lock people up for clear incitement of violence, for clear incitement to break the law, for clear incitement of anything. You know, if somebody's plotting to kill someone, I mean, I don't need to tell you, it's just obvious. But if someone hates Jews, so what? So what? You're just going to have to live with that, mate. You've just got to live with it. I'm sorry. Most of what you do offends the shit out of me relentlessly. Phenomenally so. After people have commented on our stream, I'm just like, oh, God, you bloody idiot. So what are you going to do? Lock some... Right, so she's an idiot. She's not only an idiot, she's a hateful idiot that mocks Jewish people, that mocks the Holocaust. And... Are we just going to get behind comedians that we like? Are we just going to get behind things that we agree with? This is it, man. We're in soft times. Soft times. People have got no idea what the concept of free speech means anymore. And it is terrifying. Because the day we stop talking is the day we start fighting. It's coming. You absolute idiots. Why would you do this? You've just made her a hero to the idiots that believe her nonsense. And then, you know, people like Richie Allen, who's coming on November 2nd, he gets called anti-Semitic. Primarily, you know, to sum it up, because his position is he's bloody sick of the Holocaust. He's sick of hearing about it. He doesn't deny it. He's sick of hearing about it. He says some of it's exaggerated, which he probably is. The victors write history. Everything's exaggerated. Right now, this Proroversal sentence that's coming up is being exaggerated. He lied to the Queen. The title of this is an exaggeration. We didn't even... That wasn't the thing that he... I only use that as the title because that's the thing that's been going around. And but God damn it. Where do we draw the line? Because if you create this fuss around these people, if you lock these people like Richie are then associated with them and look bad, and it kills discussion, it kills debate, and it kills growth and understanding and all the stuff that these people are supposed to care about and what they advocate for. And I'm going to go into this tomorrow with the Labour thing. I wanted that to be the lead story, so I'm going to do it tomorrow. You know, once Labour got done going on about equality and inclusion and everyone, no matter what the skin colour and all that, and then they actually got onto the meat of the policies, disgraceful, authoritarian pricks, and that's all we're getting. But they're hiding behind all the other stuff, and that's what these people do. They hide behind it legally, and it was bloody Labour that brought this nonsense in. Yes, let's not tolerate these people. In the sense of, you just press that little red cross, and it's gone. It's done. If you don't like me, you can do the exact same thing. Piss off. I don't give a shit.